What staff members revealed about this bond will change how you see them forever. Welcome to Celeb World Insight. We're diving deep into a connection that goes far beyond the stage lights. A story pieced together from those who see the unfiltered reality. It's a dynamic built not for cameras, but revealed through them. And what we've learned from insiders paints a picture of an instinctual, profound understanding. One longtime staff member, who has traveled with the group for over half a decade, shared a telling detail. They noted that whenever one entered a space, the other would instinctively turn, their attention shifting without a single word being spoken. This wasn't a common reaction he had with other members. It was a specific, almost automatic response reserved only for this one person. Some crew even have a private name for this phenomenon, calling it their magnetic pull, because they seem to sense each other's presence on a different level. Another memory shared from a demanding world tour illustrates this further. After a massive concert, the entire team was completely drained. While the other members headed straight to their rooms to rest, one was spotted waiting alone in the hotel lobby. When a crew member asked why he hadn't gone up, he simply said, "I'm staying for him." A short while later, his partner appeared, and his face immediately lit up with a soft smile, seeing the wait wasn't in vain. They then walked to the elevator together, side by side, in no particular hurry. To the staff witnessing it, this wasn't a grand gesture. It was a quiet, personal ritual that showed a deep-seated need to ensure the other never felt alone. Their connection exists in the quiet moments. There's also the story from a concert rehearsal, where a minor accident occurred. One of them sustained a small injury to his hand. The staff recounted how the other immediately halted his own practice, his expression shifting to one of intense concern. He rushed over, looking more worried than the injured person himself, who tried to brush it off by saying, "It's nothing really." Yet, he stayed right there until the medical team had finished their examination. And even after being cleared, he lingered close by, his focus unwavering. The sincerity in that moment was palpable. It was the look of someone who couldn't bear to see their most important person in any pain. What further solidified the uniqueness of their relationship for the crew was the subtle way boundaries were established. It wasn't through loud words or obvious actions. Instead, it was a natural, unspoken understanding that seemed to emanate from him. If someone unfamiliar approached his partner too abruptly or stood too close, he would almost imperceptibly shift his position, sometimes stepping closer, sometimes gently inserting himself into the space, or softly calling his partner's name to redirect his focus. It was always done with politeness, but the message was crystal clear to anyone observant. A silent language only they understand. Editors working on raw, unseen footage have also shared their perspectives. They've noticed countless instances where his gaze would naturally drift towards his partner, even when he was simply resting or doing nothing in particular. These glances weren't performative or exaggerated. They were tender and full of quiet affection, like someone who finds genuine comfort just in the sight of a cherished face. Many of these moments never make the final cut, but for the production team, they remain some of the most precious glimpses into their real dynamic. One of the most discussed backstage moments happened before a major event. One of them was visibly anxious, the tension clear on his face. His partner noticed this unease before anyone else even registered it. Without a word, he reached out and gave his hand a reassuring squeeze, holding it for a brief, solid moment. The nervous member let out a slow breath and offered a small, grateful smile, as if that simple touch had grounded him completely. The staff who witnessed it described it as the most heartfelt moment of the entire day, a testament to a connection so deep that words are often unnecessary. According to the lighting team, these two are frequently seen seeking each other out during performances, even amidst complex choreography. There was one memorable rehearsal where a power issue suddenly blacked out the entire venue. In the immediate silence and darkness, a voice was heard asking, "You okay? Where are you?" A familiar voice answered back, "Right here." And even with zero visibility, he moved confidently toward the sound of that voice. When the emergency lights flickered on, they were standing mere inches apart, sharing a quiet laugh as if this was just another ordinary occurrence for them. The crew is also consistently moved by how deeply he engages with things that matter to his partner. When his partner receives fan gifts, he is often the first to examine them, inquiring about their origin or complimenting the thought behind them. On one particular day, a staff member heard him predict, "He is going to love this one," before his partner had even seen the item. It was a small comment that showed an intimate knowledge of his preferences, something that only comes from paying exceptionally close attention over a long period of time. Sources also mention a sophisticated, non-verbal communication system between them. A slight nod, a brief touch on the shoulder, or a split-second look across a crowded room. Each small signal carries significant meaning. It's like they've developed their own private dialect, a code built on years of shared experience that no one else can fully decipher. The staff described their link as something organic, unforced, and incredibly resilient. This support system is most evident during high-pressure promotional cycles. Insiders recall that when one shows signs of exhaustion or stress, the other is invariably the first to detect it. After an intense practice, one was seen sitting by himself, head bowed, catching his breath. Everyone else was preoccupied, but his partner saw him from across the room. In an instant he was there, offering a comforting pat on the shoulder and whispering, "Just breathe. I've got you." No audience, no cameras rolling, just a raw behind-the-scenes moment of solace. For the staff, that was more authentic and touching than any scripted scene. The longer someone works with the group, the more apparent it becomes that he possesses a certain softness that emerges exclusively around his partner. The crew often remarks on his two distinct modes, a global superstar for the world, and a much more gentle, protected version that comes out only for him. And whenever his partner speaks or laughs, he is consistently the first to react, his face breaking into a smile as if his partner's joy is his own personal priority. From all these collected accounts, one truth stands out. He never seems to want any real distance between them. Not in a controlling manner, but from a place of profound solace. It's that warm, secure feeling you only get from being near the one person who makes everything feel right. And when staff say he doesn't like to share him, it's not about ownership. It's about not wanting to let go of a truly meaningful part of his existence. With all their shared glances, their innate attentiveness, and their silent conversations, the story that fans have wondered about for years seems to be confirmed not by speculation, but by the first-hand testimonies of those who work beside them daily. They aren't just two members grouped together by fan theories. They are two individuals who appear to have found a safe harbor in one another, both in the spotlight and far away from it. And as one staff member put it, if that isn't love, then what is? If you were moved by this look into their genuine connection, please show your support by liking this video and subscribing to Celeb World Insight for more deep dives.